Am I doing something wrong? You know that little ball that you see at the top of your wick after you've burned your candle? Candle makers call that a mushroom. Aren't candles not supposed to do that? Hello everyone, if you're new here, I'm Alan with Earthglow, and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. Now on this channel, I share lots of tips and tricks about candle making as well as the behind the scenes of my small business. And I speak from the perspective of someone with a background in chemistry, so I love to get into all the nitty-gritty science topics on this channel as well. Now today we're going to be talking about specifically why candles mushroom, and stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm going to address those two questions that I asked at the beginning of the video that a lot of us wonder and that there isn't really a clear answer to on the internet. Also, subscribe to the channel. It is free and I am posting new videos throughout the month of February, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays about all sorts of candle making topics, sciencey topics, fragrance topics, making candles with me, packing orders, you name it. So subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell and I will notify you every time I post a new video, so that you don't miss anything. Candle wicks mushroom when carbon builds up on the end of the wick. And this, first of all, is a normal phenomenon within candle making. I wanna make that very clear. Candle making, by definition, is incomplete combustion. Incomplete combustion is any time that you see a flame that is yellow or that is orange, basically that's any color except for blue, like a gas stove. That's what we call complete combustion. Incomplete combustion, by definition, has carbon as a byproduct. So when you're burning your candles, I just want to make very clear that a small amount of soot and carbon buildup that can be in the form of a mushroom on your wick is considered normal. Now, as I said, I'm going to get more into those questions at the end of the video, so stay tuned, but I just want to make that very clear. If you Google this topic on the internet, you're going to see all kinds of people making posts and making blogs about how when you have carbon and you have mushrooms on the end of your wick, that means that your wick is too big. And technically, yes, it can mean that. It can mean that the rate at which your candle is consuming wax is faster than your candle is able to burn, causing that carbon buildup, which you see in the form of that mushroom cap on your wick. So the easiest way to prevent this is to trim your wick. And I know that we tell our customers that, and I'm also gonna link my other video where I talk about trimming your wick, but also when not to trim your wick. And I will also preface that with saying that when you have a mushroom cap, you always want to trim that off. And I talk about that in the other video as well. What you really want to watch out for is if you have a lot of mushrooming and an unstable flame and too hot of a jar. Usually when your wick is too big for your jar and for your wax and for your whole combination, you're going to have those other factors present as well. So your jar is going to be getting too hot. In other words, over 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be too hot for the industry standard. I like to keep my candles at 145 Fahrenheit or under. So that means that when you're burning that candle, you don't want the jar on the outside of that jar to ever go higher than that 170, which is the industry standard. So if all the other factors are in place, if your candle jar is not getting too hot, if your melt pool is looking good, if you are getting a good scent throw, don't worry about a little bit of mushrooming. It's normal. It's a byproduct of incomplete combustion. That's what candle making is, no matter what wax you're using. And the very last thing I want to mention in this video, and this is really, really important, is that certain wick series are more prone to mushrooming than others. And I often talk a lot about this channel on the CD and the CDN wick series. Both of those wick series are very prone to mushrooming. And so when you're using those, even when your candle is properly wicked, you are going to see decently pronounced mushrooms on your candle wick. Now, again, you'll know that it's properly wicked because your jar is staying within the right temperature range, your melt pool is looking good in terms of the depth relative to the number of hours that you're burning that candle. And your scent throw is good. All the other factors are in place, right? But you're just seeing a more pronounced mushroom. That is common with both of those wick series. But there's a number of other wick series that have less mushrooming, so if it really bothers you aesthetically, definitely check out a number of other wick series. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope it did answer some questions. Leave me a comment if you do have any other questions, and I will be glad to answer it. Sending all of you peace, love, and light, and wishing all of you happy candle making.